have a new pet peeve. Where's my new pet peeve? Oh yeah, it's not in these books. It's on the internet. And this is the thing. When we're talking about the 2000s, what do we say the 2000s are? Do we say it's the year 2000 to 2010 maybe, or 2000, 2009, whatever, something like that? Some little range there, right? Or do we mean from 2000 to 2099? Now, if you don't mean from 2000 to 2099, why do you say 1400s when it's 1492, or 1800s when it's 1890 something? Now, I'll give you an example of this. So I was looking at these two history videos, and right at the beginning of them, one of them is talking about American, the Europeans were colonizing the Americas since the 1400s, late 1400s. Now, late 1400s is talking about, Columbus came over. I know Leif Erikson came before that, but it wasn't the 1400s, right? He was dead by 1400, or whatever you want to say. Maybe he lived for a long time. Did they find his body? I don't know. But, they were not talking about Leif Erikson, are they? They're talking about the Caribbean islands, this particular video I was looking at. Since the late 1400s, after 1492, because that's when Columbus came and, discovered, whether you want to put it in quotes or not. 1492, late 1400s? The 1490s, if you want to say, right? And even then, there wasn't a huge amount of colonization in the 1490s. There was still a lot of exploring going on. So, and then there was another thing talking about the Spanish-American War. Late 1800s. Again, it's already 1890s. Now, according to this, someone who was born in, let's say, 1999 is born in the late 1900s? What? Late 1900s is like 1909, right? Are we now in the early 2000s? A lot of you say the 2020s or something, right? So why do you say late 1800s? Why do you say late 1400s, right? I mean, we're going to say late 2000s? Or we're going to say late 2000 for 2999? Really? I mean, that's if you take it that far, really. Because, it starts with 2. If you say 1800 for 1890s, late 1890s, you call that 1800s, then you might as well call 2999 late 2000s. Yeah. I mean, that's a pet peeve because it's a lack of clarity. That's why it is. It's not because, this is the old way of saying it. And I can understand sort of saying that because you get confused with 19th century being 18-something, the late 19th century, so instead you say late 1800s, because you don't want to confuse people with that. But you can say 1890s. I mean, you can look up the year, right? At least pick a decade. I don't know. That's just one little thing. Okay, have a great day, and remember, we are in the very, very early 2000s.